Parents and teachers have all gone through a day where their child or student's behavior left them frustrated, confused, and wondering what is really going on. Now, it's our first instinct to blame the child, but what if I told you that the child's behavior isn't the problem? It's actually just a symptom. My name is Danielle C. Baker. I am the founder and CEO of Being Connected. I'm also a registered early childhood educator. And today I'm going to shed some light on 3 myths about children's behaviors and what could possibly be really going on that we're not seeing. The first myth is when we're compelled to say that this child is so disruptive. We've all seen it. This child that just can't sit still, that will touch everything, that talks constantly or seems all over the place. It's easy to label the behavior as disrespectful or disruptive. But here's the reality. What if the child isn't disruptive? What if it's the environment that's triggering them? Often the physical environment is overwhelming for children. We don't see it, but they definitely feel it. Maybe the room is too cluttered. There may be too many visual distractions. The noise level may be just too loud for their nervous system. It could be too hot, too cold. There are so many factors that are in play when it comes to our children's behavior. And this is the thing. Children don't always have the language to say, this space makes it hard for me to think. So their body speaks for them. Before assuming that behavior is the child's fault, check the space first. It might be the environment that needs adjusting. Now, I devote the majority of my work teaching children the way they learn, but using the children's individual learning styles just isn't enough on its own. The physical space, the learning environment, plays a really crucial part in making sure that children succeed in their academic year. In fact, nearly 90% of the time when there is a behavior in the classroom, it's due to the class itself and not the children. That's a hard pill to swallow. Now, the second myth is when we're starting to say that the child just can't focus. When a child keeps losing focus, fidgeting, or jumping from task to task, we're quick to assume that they just can't concentrate or that there may be a diagnosis on the way. But here's the real story. Many children can focus beautifully if we protect that focus. Constant transitions break their concentration faster than anything else. Moving rooms, changing subjects, cleaning up, lining up, switching activities, going outside, going back in, bathroom breaks. If you think about it, by the time they get back into the learning zone, another transition is already coming up. If a child seems unfocused, ask yourself, are they actually struggling? Or are we interrupting them too often? Small changes to how we structure the day can completely transform how certain students can stay engaged. So before we start diagnosing attention deficit disorders, let's have a look at how many times the adults are actually cutting out their focus. And that's another hard pill to swallow. The third myth is when we start saying the kids just don't follow the rules or they don't listen. This is a big one. We often assume that a child chooses not to listen, but most of the time the issue is not defiance. So what's the real issue then? The real issue is the expectations might not be clear, accessible, or age appropriate. Some children need visuals, some need step-by-step instructions, some need modeling, and all of them need repetition and consistency. But before concluding that they just don't listen, ask yourself, do they truly understand what's expected? Do they know what the steps look like? Has every adult been consistent in reinforcing the expectations? If the expectations only live in the adult's head, then we're setting up the child to fail. In fact, most behavioral challenges will fade away the moment those expectations become clear, predictable, and visible. So the next time you see challenging behaviors, pause before jumping to conclusions. Often the child isn't trying to be disruptive, unfocused, or defiant. They're reacting to an environment that doesn't yet meet their needs. If you would like to get more information, tips, or resources on what I've covered in this video today, I do invite you to check out my new ebook called Build Spaces They Thrive In. which is part of the Connected Learning ebook series that is available on Amazon. And in there, you'll get a whole lot of information on how you can create a healthy learning environment, both at home and at school, so you don't want to miss it. If you'd like more information on this topic, you could always reach out to me. Until next time, stay safe, stay awesome, and we'll talk soon.